Good evening, everyone. You are through to the After Eights show, and we've got an exciting show in the latter part today. We have got soul and jazz singer Castella. So stay locked. Gonna meet the rest of the panelists on the show, wishing them a good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. DJ Delic, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm fine, thank you. Even better to see all of you. And also we have got I'm gonna come right back to you, Delic. I'm gonna add everybody on today and then we can just recap on how our week has been. Mr. Gary Hines. Good evening.
Good evening, Queen. I see it. I'm trying to. When I grow up, I want to be like Boozadelic. So we both sporting the purple today.
You
Color
are.
royalty.
Yes, sir.
Wow. That purple theme. And
Purple
I'm a
theme.
relative. I'm a relative of yours because you might not notice, but I've got pink on.
Okay.
Okay.
It's all good.
It's all good in the house. And the Queen of Boozadelic, aka Thank you, Haywood. Good
Hello.
evening.
What's up, Queen?
I'm good. How y'all doing? The Royal Kings in purple attire.
How about that,
Doing,
huh?
Yeah,
doing great, my
No.
queen. I thought you were gonna have purple
Wow.
on too.
I do have
Right,
the
right,
purple, but you
right.
just
The
can't see it.
trifecta.
Oh, okay.
You live in the same place and you didn't even, match up today. Boosadelic, the
Listen, he
queen
was
of
getting on my
wisdom.
nerves today, so I just said I'll put him in a white
Oh,
Oh,
shirt.
oh
See,
dear.
that
I
Boosadelic,
house is
got you,
so
my brother. I
big.
got you.
He
The
didn't
house
make
is so
breakfast this
big.
morning.
Yeah.
he's a bit
I'm off in
grumpy
the
this
east wing.
morning.
She's in the west wing, so we're just now coming together.
Oh.
So,
And
Miss Adasa, did you enjoy your weekend and your birthday? Did you?
I
Did
about to
you?
say.
You were looking fabulous.
was that looking fabulous? Thank you, thank you. That was the aim.
Now
Yeah.
you're all back pinned up and subdued.
Well,
Mhm.
if you're gonna rock it, you gotta rock it well.
There you go. All right, Guinness Queen. We ain't mad at you.
GQ, there you go.
It
GQ.
it
See what
was
I'm saying? Yeah.
it was lovely. It was lovely, really nice, something to eat. Had a few family members and friends, and it was just really nice. It was just nice, yeah, really nice.
Girl, you know you got buck wild. Quit playing.
No, I didn't.
We ain't
I'm a
mad
good
at you.
girl. A good
We ain't mad
girl.
at you. It's your birthday. You're supposed to get buck wild.
I didn't actually. I didn't actually. Maybe I'll be forced to dance next week because Ruth Ferguson, who's on Magnet Radio, is hosting a salsa do. And she's also having me as a guest to the event and
Uh-oh.
continuing the birthday celebrations. So
Okay.
there'd be a lot of cha cha cha, a lot of salsa moves going on.
All right.
Sounds like my kind of party. You know, I'm gonna make it there at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
so so hence that's why I didn't take my hair out this weekend. I was going to, but I'm keeping it until next Friday. Next
Oh,
Friday.
shucks.
Yes. And it's going to be a tight evening because I've got my Soul City show. So I'm going to get dressed. I'm literally going to be dressed while I'm doing the show.
Are you
And
not going to
then
go live?
I may do because I'll be dressed. I'll be dressed up actually. So I may
Yes.
do go live because I'm going to be dressed up.
Why
Um
not?
Thank you. Oh, telling you, you're stretching me. I,
Listen, that's that medication. I'm on a roll. I got a guest today.
Yeah.
I may just do that actually because I'll be all dressed up rather than in my PJs. I do the show
Yeah,
in my PJs.
be a little different flair.
Yeah, and then I'll take the sides out and have a little extra edge, and you'll see. I'm not gonna give too much away, but you'll see what I'm gonna be wearing. Very striking.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I see. Motivated by the Guinness Punch.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't.
I didn't make any Guinness punch this weekend because I had a cocktail or two on the Saturday, so that was enough alcohol consumption.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was really nice though. So yeah, thank you for asking. And yeah, you've given me a good idea. I think I'll go live next Friday. Why
Yeah,
not?
why
I'll go
not?
live so you can see a Dasa in full form with a full attire on. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah. I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do that. How was you guys' weekend?
Busy.
Very
Yeah,
busy. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a busy week.
it was
I
all a
think we
blur
all
to
work
me.
for ourselves, so we don't get what other folks get. Days off and sick days and vacation leave and all that. We go around the clock, so I get it. Weekends included.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Do
think I
you,
laid.
because you're self-employed, do you schedule some time that you say, right, this is where I'm gonna go on holiday or have a break and sort of like factor everything into that?
Well, and invariably when you do, that's when something comes up that you have to deal with. So,
It's
you know what
always
I
the
mean?
way, isn't it? Yeah.
Right.
And it's usually something that you just can't refuse. It's too
Yep.
juicy. It's way too juicy to compromise with.
Right.
Yeah. This week's been kind of a blur for me. It's been so much trying to straighten out my son's final affairs before we have a service coming up in May, but there's just so much to do since he was down in California.
Yeah.
And but I did take care of myself and got to sit around for a while and just do nothing. I told myself I was gonna get back to writing and making some music and tracks and stuff, but I didn't do it. Just hadn't had it in me yet.
Yeah.
And so I hope to get back to that. Well, I got to get into it next week because I'm going up to Seattle to work in the studio with my boy Ultra Van Chrome. And so I got plenty of work to do to be ready to go bright and early Monday morning.
I will be bringing back Empress Gem because we're going to have a real in-depth conversation around grief and around the support mechanisms and how we can best support one another um,
Yeah,
as a
Yeah.
family, as friends, do you know? Um,
that's so on time because,
It
the main
is.
question I get from people when they're messaging me, they're like, well, what can I do for you? And it's like, I don't even know how to give them an answer. And it's like,
Right.
I think I'm pretty much cried out at this point.
Yeah.
And so what I'm doing now is just reflecting on the memories. And yesterday I was going through some of my old Facebook videos and I found his high school graduation video when I was standing out there with him and get to see him smile, to hear his voice. It's like, back in the day, you might not have had that technology and
Right.
you weren't able to do that. And so for me, that keeps not quite the physical presence, but it keeps the memory of that around. And then, of course, the spiritual connection. And I'm trying to make the best because he always encouraged me to get out and just live life, and that's the thing he did. One of the things this boy did, and I said this fool back in the day because he decided one day he can't swim, but he went up to Seattle, decided to get into the Puget Sound on a kayak
Uh-oh.
and go out there
Oh.
whale watching it like in November. And I said, man, one of them big whales breaches. You gonna get that canoe or that thing's gonna be smashed. But I mean, that's just
Right.
the kind of person he was. He was never afraid to
Yeah.
try anything. And so now it's like I think about all the things he told me that I should try. I think I'm gonna try some of them. Not sure if I'm gonna do the bungee jumping thing that he wants me to do, but he was telling me I need to get out and go check out a rainforest. And right when I thought about that one, something popped up from one of my fellow classmates from a meditation course I was taking, like the 300-hour course I took, where he actually moved to Costa Rica, and he says he has a room to rent in July, June, July, and August. He has some dates available, and so I'm trying to manifest a way to get over there for at least a week and check that
Oh,
out.
you got to do it, my brother. Got to do it, man. And
Yeah,
yeah, Queen Adassa, that is right on time too. So we're feeling your brother Boozadelic, and
Mhm.
all of y'all are always in my daily prayers anyway. But I'm saying you're on time as always, Queen Adassa. I told you about my niece, and her service is going to be this coming Saturday. So part of me being what I thought was going to be late today, I forgot about the hour time change. Was dealing with her affairs and that kind of thing. Um, but you're right about that, Boozadelic. But like the Scottish say, when we lose those close to us, they're always with you. They're just in the next room. You know,
yeah,
always with you.
Always,
Yeah,
always, always,
yeah,
always. And it just doesn't go. It just goes. It's just part of you. And
right.
right,
y- sometimes even you catch yourself. Well, I know I catch myself. Things I say, even certain expressions on my face.
Yeah,
I capture, and I'm like, wow. You know, And I think I'd mentioned a couple of weeks ago, even on a deeper level, you capture it, conversations and messages in your dreams as well. And I've
yes.
gone
And
through
they
that.
and they
Yeah.
they visit you in the dreams. My family, we
Mm,
call it visitations, when it's really more than a dream. But and frequently when they do, they look younger than when they actually left us, kind of thing.
mm,
And then the other thing I'll say about this, not to dwell on this the whole time, but
mhm,
I don't know if you all have experienced this, but now this is my first niece to lose. I lost two nephews, both my brothers and parents, and I say that to say this. Um, it hurts just as much, kind of thing, but it hits you in different places.
yeah.
The not that you love any one any more any less, but parents grief was different than niece and nephew grief, which was different than brothers grief. And different isn't the best word, but have you all experienced that? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
because when my
Yeah.
father died, I mean, that was probably the hardest one on me so far. I'd expect
Hmm.
my mother would probably, or up until I lost my son, I'd expect my mother to be tougher than my father just because of that bond between mother and child.
Yeah.
And I mean, and you expect your parents just by chronological factors for them to go out before you do, but you never expect for the people that are younger than you to go out before you do. So I know that's tougher.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
I'm watching my daughter, the one that's here in Oregon with me. She's just having a hell of a time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because they were so close when they were, because she's like 6 years older. But I
Yeah.
mean, he was that pesky little brother that was always following her around. And then I remember
Yeah.
they used to always make like little videotapes and stuff and put them on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so when I call her, she's just still like in that dark, deep depression. I got out of that point, like we're finally getting some decent weather here. It's supposed to be 75 degrees this weekend.
Hmm.
Now it might turn around and snow in the next 2 weeks. Who knows? But I mean, I'm
Right.
just getting out and enjoying it. And I want to
Yeah.
soak up as much because that was one thing my son was really into was just going out and seeing what the Pacific Northwest has to offer. Because I mean, it's beautiful
Yeah.
out here.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be beautiful when it's raining, when it's snowing, and then when the sun's out, it's amazing, especially up in the Columbia Gorge.
Yeah.
And so that's where I want to go. Hopefully this weekend I can make a trip up there. It's only an hour down the I-84. And so I just
Ambassador, did your computer have some of that punch too?
It looks like
Right,
it's
right.
giving me
Like, where's
all
the
problems. You don't even know what I'm going through right here, right now. I'm trying to
Right, the
make
computer done
some
had some of that punch too.
alterations, and it's just not behaving itself at all in any shape or form. I'm trying to see if I can move the lighting. I moved the
Celebrating
lighting. It's
too.
kind of
Like,
worked
what's
a little bit.
going on?
Right.
Do you know,
I was thinking, is this the
it's not
Matrix?
working. Do you know what? It must be the Matrix. It's the
Right.
Gremlins. Sometimes they come out to play and give pure problems. So yeah, I did not.
Good thing we don't won't get triggered into having epileptic seizures. So for our viewers out
Right,
there, I
right.
apologize.
Old strobe light.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just like I have a little mini light, and I've literally got it in my hand, and I'm not sure if it's the static or what. It, it the computer's not liking this light today, so it's literally in my hand. I'm talking, and the computer seems to be behaving itself. Me with my melodramatic self, you'll probably think I go cuckoo. I'll be talking to the camera and to the computer, say, "Can you just behave yourself?"
Yeah.
Maybe it's showing everybody your auras.
Say
Ah.
that. Sorry,
Your
say that
auras.
again.
I said it's showing everybody your auras, the green, the pink,
Oh, oh, oh,
your vibrational energy.
There you
you,
go.
you just never know. Oh, I tell you, there's so much vibrational energy going on the last couple of weeks, the last week. But I'm just keeping myself very in tune with myself and keeping calm and keeping cool. Lots of prayer, lots of meditation, and yeah, it's getting better. It's much better. Yeah.
Good, yeah. The meditation for sure. That a couple
Yeah.
of times today. And I like to meditate sometimes when I get to the gym, there's nobody in the sauna. And I'll
Mm.
meditate. But then, of course, as soon as you get deep into it, there's always these guys that come in and want to have a loud conversation.
Right.
And so,
Yep.
kind of like, so I try to get in as much as I
Yep.
can, as quick as I can.
Yes, sir.
Always those characters that you think, oh
Yeah.
goodness.
But I mean,
Yep.
as I learned when I was taking that certification course, they said, the noise is going to happen. You just got to learn to meditate and stay, I don't want to say focused, but embrace it. Because meditation
Yeah.
is instinctive. You're going to have those distractions. You're going to hear that phone ring, but it's all
Right.
right. Take it in, let it out, and get back to what you were doing. And so you
Yep.
still get the benefits of it.
There you go.
Yeah, and that is so important. You're just going to babies. That's what they do with babies. That's what they say recommend you do with babies. Don't tiptoe around them. Still do whatever you need to do. Let them get used to the noise and let them go to sleep with the normal average noise that you make, because you're cooking, you're cleaning, you've got the telly on, the radio on, or whatever, and they'll get used to it, and they'll settle, rather than tiptoeing, and then you just drive yourself crazy.
Yeah. When you try to tiptoe, you generally end up making more noise than you would if you just go
You
ahead
do,
and
Right.
it's true, isn't it?
knock something over.
When you do that, then that's when the pots and pans really do.
Yeah.
Or you fall over something.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or hit your knee on the corner of a table
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something,
Oh my goodness. And we're still hit the funny bone. Oh my goodness.
Yep. All while trying to be quiet. Right.
Yeah.
You don't know whether to laugh or cry or be upset.
What made me think of that was my dad, because my dad, he was just a comedy all the time, because he'd always be trying to do that, walk lightly or something, and then like when I was a kid, I was, fascinated with American football. And so I used to always have a football and a kicking tee laying around. And one time he came creeping in the room and stepped on that dang kicking tee. And man,
Oh,
so many dang curse words and
I
screaming.
bet.
Oh,
Yeah, man, I could make a movie about that man. He was so funny.
do you know what? I'm quite good with pain. I'm quite pain resistant. But the only pain that I cannot stand is when I hit my funny bone.
Uh,
That's when I start cursing.
for me, it's the
Uh-oh.
shin.
Uh-huh.
Because when you hit that shin bone, man, that will get an MF out real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Or sometimes the pain is so much that you go into silent mode. Well, I do silent mode. It's like because you dare not say or do anything. I just go still like a robot, like statue. Sorry, like a statue. It's just like and I just like and then my son will come out. What's happened? What's happened? And I just can't even talk. I can't move. Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
The worst place is in the gym because you're trying to be cool in the gym, and,
Right. Right.
and all of a sudden, like you hit especially some of those leg machines have stuff down real low, and you're walking around, you're carrying a plate, and all of a sudden you hit one of them little things that stick out to hold the weights, or something like
Yes.
that. Oh man,
Yeah. Because they don't budge.
no. Sound like them cartoons when they used to get an anvil dropped on them or something.
Right.
Do you know what? I feel for you, man. I feel for you, man, because us women, it's a bit more easier. Like if we have pain, women, it's not anything. We would just cry, Although I'm quite a tough ball. But a lot of women, they're not too afraid to cry. They would cry. But men, it's like it's not the done deal, is it? Or
No,
is
No.
it?
especially the time when Gary and I
Even though
grew
you
up. I
might
mean,
want to.
yeah, because I mean, I think
Right.
about when I played football. I mean,
Right.
we would be getting the hell knocked out of us out there, and you better not act
Yeah.
like you're hurt, or you might not play again.
That's right.
So how do you swallow that pain?
It's just something that's ingrained early age because your dad
Yep.
said, "Boy, you crying? I'll give you something to cry about."
Get there it is. Yeah. Or even like Buzadelic said, like on the football field, you come up and you really got smacked or hurt you, and coach asks you, you all right, knowing that you're in pain, but you all right, and you say, oh man, and they'll say, shake it off,
Rub some
shake
dirt
it
on it.
off. Yeah, yep,
Yeah.
yep. And I remember one time I actually did injure my knee on the field, and so they came off the field, and after the game, coach comes into the training room, where the walking wounded are at, and he says, Hines, I say, yeah, coach. He said, are you injured or just hurt? So, and the answer actually was more hurt than injured kind of thing, but it's like they made the distinction, if you were like actually injured, sprained, broke something, or if you just in pain kind of thing, and yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
you deal with it.
Now, did you
Man
guys
up.
have that stuff? I know you're a few years older than me, but
Yeah.
they used to have this stuff in the can. I think that we called it liquid freeze, right? And
Liquid
so,
freeze, yep.
yeah, man, they
Yep.
would spray that, and it was supposed to just numb you down.
Yeah. And
They
and
send
and
you
it
back.
would, at least for a period of time. Yeah. But
Yeah,
but then
the,
when
wor-
it wore off, it was like, good morning.
the worst
Yeah.
one I remember, I was my first year of football was a running back, and the quarterback just set me up cold. It's like he held the ball up and then gave it to me. I take the handoff, took about 2 steps, and I got the Malachi crunch. It was like three of the biggest dudes because we were playing a CYO team. Those guys had a higher weight limit, and three of them was like
Uh,
converged on me at the same time. Two hit my helmet, one hit my knee, and I got up. and our uniforms look like the Dallas Cowboys. The other team looked like the Eagles. I was so out of it that I walked into the Eagle team's huddle, and the referee said, "Son, you need to go have a seat over there." And it turned out I had a
Right.
concussion. But
Yeah,
no,
yeah, that's
they
what it
didn't have
sounds like.
concussion protocol. I was practicing the
Yep.
next day.
Wow. Yeah, that's what it sounds like happened, my friend.
Yeah,
Yeah. Back
And
back in the day, we would just say you got your bell rung. You
yeah,
know.
exactly.
Right, right.
And
He rang his bell. Yeah.
they had my favorite one, even though that was probably the most bell ringing drill that we had to run, was bull in the ring.
Bull in the
So what they
ring.
would do, they would circle the football team. One person would be the bull. They put you in the middle of it, and then the coach would stand there behind your back and point out different people to come around at you. And then so you had to fend them off, but they would start hitting multiple people. Like you'd have 3 and 4 people coming at you, man. And you always got
Right.
your head smashed. And truck and trailer was another one. I don't know if they even run that one anymore. When
Yeah.
you had the blocking back, and you're the guy, the defensive back, you have to get the blocker out the way, then take out the tailback. I had my
Oh,
helmet
okay.
split on that one.
Yeah.
So it's a wonder I don't have CTE at this point in my life.
Sorry about all the football talk, ladies.
It's all right.
oh, it's fine. It's fine. We
Uh,
will get used
you
to
know
it.
what's crazy? Well, I don't know if you might have seen, but I saw a video this morning that really disturbed me. And it was two high school ladies, young ladies, about 15, 16, that was fighting. And the one girl slammed the other girl's skull into the
Oh,
street. And you heard the skull hitting
Oh,
the street. So now she's fighting for her life. This
oh
young
my
What?
God.
lady, they're, gonna charge her as an adult, and if
Yeah.
this young lady passes, it is,
My God.
and I'm watching it and I'm just like, oh my God, like I just the anger,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
she literally grabbed her by her head and just was slamming her as hard as she could
What?
in the
Wow.
street.
yeah,
I thought she
That's
was dead
vicious.
right there on the spot, but she did fracture her skull. She fractured the front part of her brain was fractured.
Oh
She got
my
swelling on
gosh.
the brain, bleeding on the brain. So,
Oh my God.
yeah. And
whew,
the
Where was
tragedy
this
out of
at,
it.
Queen?
I want to say St. Louis.
Yeah, it was in Missouri.
Okay.
I think yeah, it
Oh,
was St.
Okay.
Louis. Yeah, and
Wow.
then
And
what I
but
mean,
again, it was a lot of people out there,
all with camera
and
phone.
I
Wow.
mean the young lady was a little bigger than the girl, and
Yeah,
I
oh.
yeah.
just
I had
Do
to
you know
watch it with the
they don't
sound
have
down.
no sense of consequence, do they? And there's a lot of things going on in these
Yeah.
young children's life and in their mind.
and I was, talking with my students, and I was just saying how, a lot of times when we're angry, we don't think about the consequences. And I mean, I've been in a few fights as a kid, but it was never to the point where I wanted to kill somebody. It's like,
Right.
what you're doing when you're slamming someone's head in the ground.
No, you know what
Right.
you're doing. You know what you're doing.
Like,
Um,
I
Wow.
just
Yeah,
couldn't believe it.
that's
And I just couldn't
intentional.
imagine if that was
That's
my daughter. You know
intentional.
what I'm saying? And then
Right.
Mm,
of course, it's all over the internet now, you know.
Oh
Um,
wow.
but
and it's
I
become a
just,
black white thing, and
yeah.
that's what's really sad about. I mean, you see that across all races. You see it black, white, white. You know, but everybody wants to try to make it look like. I mean, because I look at TikTok every once in a while, and on
mm.
there, I guess the way they have the algorithm sets up, it has a lot of views that come from the ultra mega right folks, and so I mean, it's
Right.
full of all kinds of stuff instigating, racists talking about they need to be killed, they need to be deported, and
And I
all
think
this
it
other
was just two
stuff.
girls fighting.
It
I don't
was,
think,
Right.
I think even if it was a black girl, I think she would have done the same thing.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know
yeah,
what? I'm just, do you know what? Prevention is better than cure. I'm just not a believer in fighting. To stay away from all of that activity as far as possible, even play fighting. Because I remember when I was younger, people want to do play fighting. I did not participate. I was quite a mature child. I did not participate because I used to tell them, look, if you want this fight to end up real and there's gonna be some damage, then go ahead because I'm not gonna be playing. Because I, play fighting, a lot of play fighting turns real because you may accidentally hit somebody the wrong way, and then they be like, "Oh, you hit me too hard," and then they get angry, and then they hit you a bit harder. Then you think, "Oh, this ain't playing anymore," and then
Right.
you know this was hard, and then
Yeah.
it just gets out of control. You know, there's no
Yeah.
stopping. So I'm just like, don't even play fight. Don't play fight. Um, find mechanisms, and there's all kind of factors that we can't even go into it right now. But different factors to anger slowly. Sometimes you just have to go back to your scriptures. The
Mhm.
anger slow. Don't be easy to anger, and it really can save literally your life and somebody else's life. Literally.
Yeah, I remember there
Yeah.
was a
So
young guy who hit the coach on the back of the head some years ago.
Oh,
He was at a soccer game, and again, he probably didn't mean to, but the coach ended up having a concussion and ended up dying.
you see?
Wow.
You
So
see?
it may not have been purposeful. Maybe he didn't, wasn't thinking
Mm-hmm.
about killing him, but his actions caused that, and they
Was
were
it
trying to decide
exactly?
if they were going to charge him for first degree murder as an adult.
Wow.
Exactly, exactly. You just don't know the tender spots. There's loads of tender spots in your body, right? And somebody who's in a rage, in a fury, they're not thinking of people's tender spots. They're just whacking them anywhere, left, right, center. And sometimes it may not even be a hard blow, but you've just literally caught that tender spot. That person's out.
Mhm.
yeah, I think so much of it has to do with programming, because I mean, you think back in the day, before we had all these violent video games, the violent movies, the violence happening like it is in the home. I mean, it's just become an accepted way of life. And
Right.
and when they're watching it on the movies and they're watching it on the video games, they're not seeing the real life consequences of that. I mean, back in our day,
Right.
I mean, we used to watch boxing. You had Muhammad Ali and all those guys. I mean, it was
Right.
tactical. You would get your licks in, but I mean, there was none of that. Trying to fight to the death like this
Right.
MMA and all that type of stuff, or the blood
Yeah.
sport. And
Yeah.
then people, so that's the way they can fight now. And it's like, whatever happened to the days where you get into boxing, before school started, and then by lunchtime you friends,
Right. Right.
right?
Yeah.
Again, and so it was just, I don't know. It's they're a different breed of folks nowadays, man. That's all I got to
It's
say.
social media. Social media can have its advantages, have podcasts like this, and it can have many disadvantages where it screens garbage basically and
Yeah.
desensitizes people. So,
Yeah, that's a good
they
word.
see all
Yeah.
these things, and it happens, not it's not just children, it's adults as well. The adult will see people fighting, practically killing one another, and they'll just simply walk by because they've seen it on social media, and it's
Right.
nothing anymore. Whereas once upon a time they might have called for help, or whatever. They might have called for help, maybe intervened. And I'm not encouraging people to always intervene, because sometimes intervening, you may get yourself in trouble. But at
Right.
least try and get some help, because that could be a relative of yours. That's another human being
Right.
at the very least.
Well, like
Yeah,
Bruce was saying, I mean, back in the day, in fact, growing up in New York, I mean, what would happen? I mean, females almost never got into a fight. If a fight broke out, it was a fist fight between two dudes, like you were just saying. And if it broke out in the street, even and the cops came, I don't know if they did this, in Philly, or whatever, but in New York, You know, they would, oh, you guys think you're tough guys? They would take you down to what they call PAL, the Police Athletic
Oh, the
League,
Power
and
League,
get
yeah.
right, and put you some boxing gloves on and get you in the ring. You said, now we'll see how tough. And so they finished the fight, but and then, but it was controlled. It got I mean, that happened all the time. I got
Wow.
taken down, kind of thing, and you just let out all that testosterone and aggression and all that kind of thing,
Yeah,
but in a
yeah,
controlled environment. And
yeah.
like I say, the police would actually do that, and of course, your parents would know that kind of thing. But I mean, not banging nobody's head on the ground trying to kill them. It's like,
That is literally
Yeah.
trying to kill them.
yeah,
That
Or,
that is
or the cowards with
and
the guns going around shooting.
you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, because I mean, when I was in school, man, I mean, if somebody had a pocket knife, you thought they were a bad dude back in the day.
Right,
And
right.
I mean, it was always about fighting. And I can think of one time when I was like in middle school, and I was always a little bit smaller than my classmates. And so I remember I went to the high school for a summer school class, and normally I walk, but one day I was just standing at the bus stop because I decided I wanted to catch the bus. And this guy rode by on a bike, and he was either like a freshman or an eighth grader, but he was a lot bigger than me. And so,
your oh right, yeah.
all right. Oh, my mom was just yelling down the stairs for me.
It's okay.
So I'm
Pick up
over
your
here at my
cups
mom's
off
house
the
today. But he came at me and said, "Tomorrow, I want to kick your butt." And like, okay. And I was kind of like scared. I went home and I used to watch Bruce Lee, right? So I
Right.
decided to get an old broom, took a bike chain, cut that apart, and made me some nunchucks. And I had them in my pocket. It was a hot day, and I'm standing out in the corner like this. Dude rolls by, and I pulled him out and started doing all that, nunchuck stuff. And he just kept on
Right.
riding. I didn't have to use them, but I mean, that was the extent of it.
That's
There was
so
nobody nearby
funny.
to shoot you.
That
Right,
is
right.
so funny. I like that.
I
And
think I
and
even
and
wore
then
some
of
of the
course,
little kung fu slippers.
right. And then of course sometimes, the fight got averted by what we used to call wolf tickets,
Oh yeah.
uh talking about each other kind of thing. Ain't nothing between us but air and opportunity. If you're feeling froggish, leave. You got to
Yeah.
bring something to get something, all that kind of stuff. And then sometime by the time all that went back and forth, the fight got broke up before it even started, kind of thing, because we were, as we say, wolfing on each other.
Okay,
You know,
Harry. I remember hearing some of them saying.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't write no checks with your mouth that your ass can't cash. Yeah, all that.
That is funny. Oh, I like
Yeah.
those lyrics.
We used to steal lines from Mr. T back when the A-Team was happening. I'm gonna hit you so hard, I'm gonna hurt your family.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
I love it. I love when children carry on like that. It's so funny.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That situation with them two girls now, it's two lives that's destroyed.
Destroyed.
Definitely.
You
Yeah.
know,
And
My
their
it's,
God.
families, not just them, it's their extended family, their parents, both sets of parents, their siblings. It just extends on and on and on.
I mean, even in
Yeah.
Philadelphia, they just had they caught 3 guys, but there was a shooting. Like 8 kids were shot at a bus stop.
I read
I
about
heard
that.
even in
You
Minneapolis. I heard
know,
about
and
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, so it's like, me and my daughter, we I go pick her up. We go inside. I don't even let her go outside. Like I used to be able to play and be outside. Like we have to go to the suburbs. So I don't live that far from the suburbs. So if I want to take her out to the park, and I shouldn't have to do that.
Oh
Right.
my
But
goodness.
I can't. We can't just be outside, just riding a bike,
Right.
walking
No.
around, and it's just sad. I mean, these kids was waiting for a bus,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
you know.
It's
My
terrible,
God.
isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really
The
terrible.
answer, the question is, what can he do? And the answer is, there's not much we can do because even if they put legislation in, all these guns that are doing those killings are coming in on the black market. And
Yep.
then you got like, I don't know if you guys seen the video on YouTube where they were talking to this guy. I don't know if he was in Chicago or New York or somewhere, but he was talking about all of a sudden one day he's in this alley and there's this crate just sitting there with all kinds of like automatic weapons and stuff, stuff that's like only military people have and all that. And
Right.
so, yeah, the guns are purposely put in certain neighborhoods, not to
That's
mention all
right.
the ones that are stolen, and you see how many people like these gun nuts we got around here. I mean, we got this saying Oregonian for people in Oregon, but they got these little stickers they put on their car showing one of those AR-15 and it says Oregonian. And like
Wow.
when I was trying to get some ammo for my stuff, I mean, it was impossible, man. You had to be looking online to get ammo because these nuts have been loading up because they think that the war is coming on. I mean,
Yep.
I hear the number of rounds because when I used to work for the transportation company, we're just riding out to our destination one time, and this guy was talking about, yeah, I got about 3,500 rounds of AR-15 rounds, and then I got some stuff for my 9. I got like a couple thousand rounds. I'm like, what the hell are y'all getting ready for?
Yep.
Go by one guy's house. He has a big, those big mechanic toolboxes.
Mm-hmm.
Every drawer is full of ammo, and they're just stocking it up. And the price went way up on it. So it's like when I was taking my concealed carry classes, it was hard to even find ammo. But man, it was ridiculous.
Brother, as the great James Baldwin once said, and I'm going to paraphrase him, but what you just described, as I'm sure we all know, goes back to the period of our ancestors' enslavement. I mean, even the formation, and they talk about Second Amendment rights and gun rights when they talk about the formulation of militias. Really, the term was slave militia, and Baldwin always said the reason that they react like this, and I'm again paraphrasing, is that they fear that we are of the same mindset of them, and that we, given the opportunity, we would do to them what they did to us. But African sensibility is not like that. We're broader and in our scope than that. And so all of these, the Make America Great Again, the MAGA, and the gun rights, and this and that, and the whole, not passing anything, all is about letting folks to amass whatever arms they can. Still to this day, in anticipation, of race war, as you say, Buzadeli, and that's the bottom line. That's the elephant in the room that rarely comes up, but that's really the impetus behind all.
Yeah, and you know, when they talk about make America great again, I have to think of what are you talking about? How far back are you talking about going? Going back to where we had no rights, and then you see all the talk and the chatter where they're talking about we should have never let them or freed them from slavery and all that other stuff. And I'm like, man,
Exactly.
there's some people out there like are seriously hell bent on it. And so, my acronym for MAGA is manipulated, angry, gullible assholes.
Well, mine is instead of MAGA, MAWA, MAW. Really, what it really saying is make America white again. And that's
Yeah.
the whole thing with the border and all of that and the gun control. It's about making America, because it's never been great for us. So it's like great for who and great how and great when, like you're saying. So it's really about make America white again.
Oh yeah, that's the agenda. And
Yep.
what you're seeing unfolding right now over here in the States, I mean, it's just a prelude to what's going to come because no matter what the outcome of the election is, there's going to be hell to pay.
Yep,
Because,
absolutely. And at the center of it all, as they always have been, is the so-called evangelical church. The same ones who would sell tickets at service for lynchings,
yeah,
raffle ticket and bring their children and set up picnics while our people were being lent took for the children to watch, and then later dismember them and take their body parts as souvenirs and give to their children. The at the church sold tickets. So I don't call them evangelicals. I call them eclangelicals, and they're alive and well today. A whole different thing when they're talking about, what they're talking about.
yeah, and it's it's sad, man. I mean, we come to this point, and it's like people are asking, like, where did it come from? It never really disappeared, but now people feel emboldened to bring it out.
Well, that's I would never thank him for anything for, but if it was, that's we can thank Donald Trump for that. He pulled the veneer off of what was already there, and now it's in vogue, and they're emboldened.
Yeah, you hear all people want to say that racism didn't exist until Obama got into office. It's like, no, Obama just exposed you guys because y'all couldn't handle the fact that a black man was running the show here.
Yep,
And then Trump was a direct result of that. They were
of
so
that.
angry, they said, well, we can't have that again.
Yep,
And
and yeah, Trump is basically, people say, why do they say he is their great white hope? In a
yeah,
nutshell.
yeah. And it's like, not that he really cares about those guys. About 90% of his constituency out there, he probably doesn't care about them because he's about himself, but he knows that can put him in power. He's all about that
Absolutely.
money. And so I think, because, I mean, back before he started running for president, and Trump was out there hanging out with all the rappers and all the black
Yep.
folks and stuff that were in the limelight and stuff. But then as soon as he did that, it's like, okay, let me say the things that's going to get me the vote from all the evangelicals and the racists. So that's when all of a
Like
sudden
the
he screaming.
evangelicals, and now it's become the Republic Klan Party.
Yeah, well, you know what? The real Republicans, they say we don't want no part of this. They're
Yep.
resigning left and right.
Yep.
And it's crazy, and I think it's eventually it's going to work in the favor of the people that want to uphold the rights of the Constitution, because I mean they're trying to take away the rights to all the women's rights, and they don't realize the women are the biggest constituency out there. And
Oh,
it's like,
they're not trying, Buzadelic. They're already doing it.
oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, right,
I
right.
mean,
Yep.
you're gonna tell a woman that if she gets raped, she has to carry a baby to term.
That's right. And
Mm,
and
you
and in
know,
29, the 29 states now have either have passed or pending legislation to ban the teaching of Black history. Can you believe that? They banned books by Rosa Parks, by, I mean, just on it, just, I mean, some of the most benign, topics, kind of thing. So it's just clearly going backwards, and blatantly and deliberately so.
yeah. But you know what? Them banning it, to me, I mean, it's not really much of a consequence because the version that they were going to allow to be teach anyway was going to still be the same old thing. They only want to teach you about those, about the people like the Martin Luther King. They don't want to teach you about Malcolm X. They
And
don't
they
want
don't
to teach
want to
you about
teach
H.
you
Rap
about.
Brown.
Right. And even what
Right.
they do teach about Martin, they want to just always label him as a dreamer. I mean, whenever I get a chance, I put Martin's speeches on where he's talking about black is beautiful and where he's talking about reparations, and I get like a million hits back. Like, man, we never heard this Martin before. It's like, yeah. That's real deliberate. They want you to just focus on the dream, which was like one thousandth of Martin was about economic and political power, about black is beautiful, about reparations. In fact, you guys can check this out. When he talked about going back to the March on Washington, they always edit out the last sentence he said, but I've got the tape with it on it. When he says we're going marching for freedom and so on and so forth and equality, and then they cut it out there. But what he says after that is, and we're coming to get our check. Okay,
Oh
so people say,
yeah.
was Martin for reparations? Yeah, hell yes, excuse me. But so just try to paint him like just kind of as a wide-eyed dreamer. It's like, no, Martin and Malcolm were a lot closer than folks would like to know.
Yeah, yeah,
Right. I
Yep.
mean, especially towards the end there, because in the beginning,
Yes.
I remember that one speech. Malcolm said, "If Roy Wilkins, Martin Luther King, or any of these so-called compromising Negroes say something, you'll never find a white man to offset what has been said. But the minute a black man stands up and says something a white man don't like, the first thing that white man does is go out and find another black man to offset what has just been said."
Right.
That was like my favorite line
Yes.
from his
Yes.
speeches, and it was like so true. And then because Martin did, it was like after they got together and started trying to come to a common goal. That's they're like, okay, we got to take this Martin Luther King Negro out of here.
Absolutely. Especially and after that same meeting, Brother Buzadelic, when Martin made the speech that said that the "I'm tired of marching" speech. It's like,
Yeah,
which is another one. She said, I'm tired of marching for things that should have not been in my birth. I shouldn't have to do this. We shouldn't have to do this. I'm tired of it. And it's like, we're gonna do something. And so it's like, oh man, we can't play this. So it's every Martin Luther King, around the holiday and the weekend and celebration. I said I flood the internet, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram with those Martin speeches, as to offset, just the "I have a dream, I have a dream, I have a dream." But where Martin is saying he's black and proud, and you're black and beautiful, we are black and beautiful, and I'm tired of marching, and we're coming to get our check. And folks, at the risk of repetition, folks are like astonished. It's like, this is Martin. Is hell yes, this is the real. And then speaking with his daughter, with Yoki, Yolanda, and all that, they said they I always get thank yous from them because she puts it out there too. It's like, this is who my daddy was, y'all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And so it's just sad, that's why it's up to us parents. We got to get back to that village philosophy for all those that don't have the parents available, that maybe
Yes.
have that knowledge, and start teaching our kids the real history. But
And
they
my brother, yes, and the so-called, as Martin you said, Malcolm just said, black church. Now growing up in Yonkers, New York, at Messiah Baptist, every week, even in Sunday school, we got not only African American history, we got African history. People are like, well, Gary, when did you start being so African? It's like it started, and the black, and they were there, in the streets leading the marches and all that kind of thing. And we got that every Sunday, and now, too many black churches, it's not happening like at all. Whether it's in Sunday school or in the sermons, or just in terms of where the church's focus is at, in terms of dealing with the streets and dealing with being woke, dealing with our situation. So yeah, I'm really death on holding the black church accountable to get back to where it was, because it used to be there, and as on the
Yeah.
whole, and there's a few exceptions now, but not nearly enough.
Well, see, one of the things we got to do is we got to get the real preachers and get rid of the pulpit pimps.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Those
sir.
guys that are up
Yeah.
there getting money for their Gulf Streams and for their Rolls Royces and
And
Bentleys and
private
all that.
jets, right? Yeah, the
Yeah.
Reverend
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah
Come
Wright,
on now, Bozadelic. If you just give me $50 right now, I can make
right.
sure you get that anointing oil. Just $50, $50,
Hey.
$50.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like
The
I was
peach.
thinking. I think about that every time I see that little devil-looking guy that comes on and sells that Miracle
Yeah,
Spring.
yeah.
And why they always got to put those commercials on late night TV on programs that they know black folks are watching. And
Oh,
then
that's very deliberate.
when they get those people up there, I went to my mailbox and there was a check for $50,000, all because of
Yep.
my Miracle Spring water.
Brother, they
It's
they
like,
they got the analytics and the algorithms down to know when to maximize, viewing of that kind of thing. So it's really calculated is probably the best word, and very intentional and deliberate.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
want to get back to the day when that time of night you would see the "No, my brother, you got to get your own" commercial. Now that was cool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what that one's about, Odessa? The "No, my
No.
brother" commercial. So there
No,
was
we
this
don't
commercial
have
used
it
to
in
come
the
on
UK.
back in the 80s. And
Mm-hmm.
I made it start in the late 70s, but there was a commercial. It was like K-Tel had this record of all these great soulful hits. And
Yeah.
so it showed the brothers looked like something from Good Times, and they were in the hallway talking to the apartment. And dude said, "Man, can I borrow that?" He said, "No, my brother, you got to get your own."
Get your own.
Oh.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
they were just pushing music, but now it's just like they're using every opportunity they can to, they went from that to like the Madame Cleo's trying to suck your money to get your fortune told, and then Miracle
You
Spring
remember
Water.
Madam Cleo Adasa?
Yeah, yeah.
$29.99.
Yeah.
Me can tell your whole life story, man.
Ah,
Yeah.
don't make me laugh.
I think today the guest is going to be, let me see, Castella. I'm seeing Castella.
How did
Yep.
you know? Oh my
I'm Miss
goodness.
Cleo. I know it all.
Oh, this is so
Yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't get on
DJ
early enough
Juan is eating chicken right now.
to teach me one. I miss that brother.
How about that?
Yeah.
Shout out to Ron Ledford if he's still on. Hey, Ron.
Oh, I didn't even look at the comments today. I
Ron
don't have to.
is in the
I don't have
house.
to
I
cut out in
believe
about a
Ron
half
Redford is
hour.
going to come on tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
Queen
time
Queen
change
Adasa.
kind of threw me off
Say,
today. I
say
don't have
that
to leave
again.
a little bit early because
Yeah,
I
I'm
gotta.
good for about another 5 minutes. The first hour. I apologize, Queen.
It's
That's
Yeah,
because
I
of
all.
had
the
a.
time change. We know you're busy.
Yes, me know.
Yeah, today
You're
will
gonna
be
miss
the.
you're gonna miss Castella. She's coming on actually the second half of the
Oh,
show.
okay. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
is DJ Juan okay?
DJ One said he's gonna be on today, but the latter half. So
Oh, okay.
we will
Well,
see if
well,
It'll be
he
maybe
like the
maybe.
last
um,
7 minutes he'll be on.
yeah, yeah, no, I did reiterate and let him know there's a time difference. So
Yeah.
we will
yeah,
see. We will see. Yeah.
yeah. I'll
And
be
I got your
sliding out.
reminder, Queen Adasa, but I thought that everything was moving so that we were still in the same time with the same time change. You know what I mean? I didn't know that
Mm,
that skewed us by an hour plus.
yes, it messes it up for about an hour, and we don't change until the Easter holidays. In
Oh, okay.
April, the end of March, April. That's when the UK changes its clocks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So there's
right.
like maybe 2-3 weeks of a bit of a mismatch.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I
So
think next week again, it's going to be the same like today, the time
okay.
difference. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
today I start the first stop on the Boozadelic Funk Universe World Tour.
All right.
Great.
Oh, yeah, I saw you advertise something. Was it on TikTok or Instagram?
TikTok and Instagram. Yeah,
And
it's
Instagram. Yeah, I
doing
saw it.
my friend Katie and Jody over at Ruby Shade. They watch the show quite a bit. They are having a after hours party at their shop, and there's gonna be like some wine coolers. So I'm gonna be spinning some funk for a couple hours,
Okay.
and there's gonna be a big, huge sale for those of you in my region. Jerry, bring your wife out. Bring Patty over to Ruby Shade today. And come
So that's
vibe
why
with
you're
DJ
all
Boozadelic.
dressed up all very smartly in your purple shirt and got all your bling bling, bling bling.
Yeah. Oh, he
Yeah.
ready. He ready.
I know Boozadelic's ready. Boozadelic's you don't play Boozadelic. You don't
Nope, I
play.
turn into Boozadelic's a character. And so I go from Clark into Boozadelic mode. And
I,
so,
I can
yeah,
see that, man. I can see that. You turn heads through Boozadelic.
even my mom introduces me to people now as DJ Boozadelic.
Is that
Does she?
right?
Oh, she's got in the groove. Oh,
I
well.
took her to
When
the
your
hair
mum's
salon one day and she said, "This is my son, DJ Boozadelic."
Well, then it's really official if Mama's introducing you like that.
that's right. Oh, that's wonderful.
Right.
Oh, you got the seal of approval from Mama.
Absolutely.
And so nothing tickles me more than when I post something up and I see her little avatar and she's like, "That's my son."
Yeah, yeah.
You
You know, black mothers. That's my baby.
Oh, yeah, we are like that, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be 120 years old, still be that's my baby.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
that'll never change, Doc. You already know.
Oh, I love that. You got a cool mom. You got a cool
Yeah.
mom. And ooh, we have got here a soul, a jazzy lady. And I'm going to bring her on because I know you're going soon, Gary. And I want you to meet this beautiful, beautiful artist.
Okay, I'll hang
Castella
on.
is joining us on the After Eight show. Welcome, Castella. Welcome.
Yay!
Hello.
My
Hi
girl.
there. Hey, girl. How y'all doing? got on my specs. I just got through teaching a couple of classes. So
Oh,
What are
okay.
you teaching?
Ah,
I teach at Cal State Long Beach. I teach human resources.
Okay,
Nice.
I was
yeah, so
kind of thinking that. Okay,
so I'm a professor.
So
oh,
don't
wow.
Castella.
do not
Yeah.
apologize for your specs, Professor. It
Not
takes
at
me back,
all.
because it's you are wearing them and they are hot.
Yes,
and
it
and
Yeah.
is.
and you have on, you take me back to my college days. There was a professor at my alma mater, McAllister College, that all of the fellas on campus were crazy about, and she had her specs, and we called it her sexy professor specs. That's a true story.
Gary. You need to time for you to
Well,
get off, Gary.
I'm just saying.
okay.
Yeah. When you
Gary,
popped
bring
on
it
the
on.
screen,
you're making your moves. Bring it on.
I'm
when
just
she popped
saying.
on the screen, I was like, damn.
Well, hey,
See what I'm saying?
I have to do something to help me make my music. I have to make money somehow. So I'm like, well, I'll teach school just to be able to keep making records, So
I
All
feel
right.
you. You do what
using
you
all
got to do.
using all my gifts, using everything God
Yes,
gave me, and
there you
That's
go.
right.
great.
That's right.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Wonderful.
Well, love to you from Sounds of Blackness.
Oh, yes. Oh, wow. Thank you. Wow. That is
Absolutely.
yep. Keep my head to the sky.
There you go. You already know.
Yes. Be optimistic.
All right, sing it.
Yeah, I love that song. That song actually was very inspirational. It always is. Every time I hear it, it's like, wow.
Oh,
As long
thank
as
you.
you keep your head to the
I remember,
sky.
being a kid hearing that. That's just a
Yeah,
staple.
that's a
It's
song.
always going to
They
be
did it.
around.
They sang that on some award show recently.
On the Grammys, yeah, Brandy
Yeah.
did. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, that was
yeah,
great. Although I
Did,
think
yeah.
did
what's
they
his
did they
name?
get permission
Yeah.
from you to do that, Gary?
They did. Yeah, Jimmy Jam and
Oh,
Terry
they
were there
did.
as well, and Ann was
Okay.
there, Ann Nesby too. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
they should have let Ann do a
beautiful.
little more singing. What's his
yeah,
name? Kept
I agree.
interrupting her. I was like, sit
I
down
agree.
somewhere and let her sing that song.
Right. Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
feel
This
you.
is
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Well, thank you all for having me today. So,
You are
yeah.
welcome.
Thank
You
you. And
are.
I apologize for my early departure, but at least I was blessed with the pleasure of your acquaintance.
Yes, I think we're friends on LinkedIn. So I'll send you a little note and say, hey, this was me. So
Oh,
yeah,
please do. Please do. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. So yeah,
All
we
right.
are
Well,
friends on LinkedIn.
awesomeness. I'll look for
Okay.
that, and God bless, family.
All right,
Bless you
Gary.
Oh,
too.
God bless
All
you,
right. See you
Gary.
later.
All
Oh,
right.
see you
All
next
right.
week.
You
Have a
got it.
beautiful day.
Thank you.
Oh, wonderful.
Wow,
So,
that was great.
Castella.
What?
Oh,
Get to
wonderful.
talk to a legend. That was amazing.
Yes. Yeah, and he is so cool. He is just a
Yes. Mm-hmm.
he really is cool. He's just a great sport and a wonderful person. Absolutely
Yeah.
wonderful person. So, Castella, before we really get talking to you, we
Mhm.
are going to play one of your tunes because we want
Oh,
everybody to hear you, to know who you are, get a little bit of
okay.
taste of who Castella is. Here she
Yeah.
is with Let Me Love You, our beautiful,
Oh,
wonderful Castella.
thanks.
Yeah. Just let me love you. Hey, when can I see you? You gonna come over tonight? Okay. All right. I'll see you then. Bye.
you, baby. When can I hold you tight? Come on, let's get it right. So how about you call me, baby? Make your way to me, baby. So I can love you, babe. So you can love me, baby. Oh, 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 hey, oh, oh, yeah. Just let me love you. Come take my hand, baby. Walk through the breeze with me. My love comes with ease, babe. That's 'cause it's you and me. I give in freely, baby. I let you go deeply, baby. No holding back for me. No holding back for you. You're not so far away. Oh, baby, make your way right to me, babe. Come love me, babe. The natural air, the breeze. Our loving comes so easy. Hold me, babe. Come see me, babe. Oh, hey, babe. Yeah, babe. Just let me love you, baby. Let me love you. 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 Let me love you.
Yes.
Big
Boy,
tune.
Long Beach.
wonderful.
Oh, yeah, that was
Beautiful song.
Let Me Love You. My son actually shot that video, and my husband is the leading man in that video. So that was a family affair.
Oh, wow. Keeping it in the family.
Yeah. And my mama's front porch.
Oh, would you see?
Yeah.
What more? Yes, when you got family, that's all you need.
How's your mom doing? Please tell her I said hello.
She's good. She loves you, girl. She loves you so much. I will definitely tell her. Yeah, she's doing good. She's 80 this year. So she's 80, and
Oh,
I'm just so grateful that she's, here to be able to hear me sing and do all this stuff that I'm able to do, and carry on my grandmother's name, Castella. Just is such an honor to every time I get up and sing. I'm paying
That's
homage,
that punch.
homage to grandma. So yeah. Uh-oh.
All right, so that's that punch.
It's the punch. Can you still hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's
Yeah. So every time I get up and sing, I'm paying homage to my grandma. So which is such a blessing to be able to do. And my family in Alabama is just so supportive. And I'm gonna be in Alabama in at the end of the month of April, actually. And they're all excited to be going to Atlanta to hear me sing. So yeah.
Oh, so you'll be in Atlanta. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's going on there?
I'm gonna be at the Velvet Note. So doing 2 shows, and the guy named Antoine Knight's gonna join me as a featured guest. He's from Atlanta, so hoping to pull in some of his people. But sounds like my family's gonna show up. So I'm like,
that's always great, having that support and
Mhm.
being able to have know people there. Are you
Mhm.
bringing a band, or are you going to use a band down there?
I'm gonna use a band down there.
Okay.
You know how that is. But that's why I enlisted Antoine so he can get me some good players, and hopefully they'll learn my music. We're gonna have a rehearsal. He's like, "You don't need a rehearsal." I'm like, "Yes, I do." I want to have rehearsal, and but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're not familiar with the band, you just want to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, meet
Yeah.
them a little bit. I mean, you always, it's almost sometimes like having a jam session when you go and you don't really know the band right off, and just pray that you have that synergy and that connection,
Mhm.
just musically with people.
Right.
Sometimes it doesn't always work out so well. I did have a show once where, the band didn't seem to learn my music, and it was like, wow. But you make it through. You make it through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've
And then
seen you've been on the charts, and your
yeah.
music has just been doing your thing. So I'm proud of you as always.
Well, thank you, girl. I know we met one another through one of those, nomination things, and we've been,
Hmm.
friends ever since. So that was one of the blessings of the music is to know you and to have met you, and
Yes.
just that sisterhood that we always talk about.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
won I won an Indie Soul Award this year.
I know. Congratulations on that.
Yes,
That
big
was so like,
congratulations.
thank you. Yeah. So a little song I wrote called I Saw You,
Hmm.
it released it last year in January, and it paid dividends, I guess, a year later. So yeah. And the
That's
other song I released last year called Intoxicated Love was Song of the Year on Cool Jazz Weekly, and also on another station. It was Song of the Year. So those two songs did really good. So I'm like, yay, and number one here and there. And but just yeah, it was God's been good. It's been real
Mhm.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And then you working. So, they say faith without works is dead. So, you
mm-hmm.
know, you've been putting in the
Yeah.
work, and so it shows. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you, sis. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
just been,
We
making TikToks and hiding and being all in love now, So I've just been chilling. So
Yeah, well, my mom, what if nobody else is watching you? My mom sees all your stuff. She's like, she's just doing this and that. And I'm like, yes.
yeah, that's what I've
But
been
all that stuff
doing.
helps with numbers, though. It's the people say. I know it was. I think that the Godfather, rest his soul, the Black Godfather. He said that it's all about numbers. So we're all just constantly trying to build our numbers, and you're doing it. You're building your fan base by doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're kind of like, well, where the music at? Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Mm.
So
There
Yeah, but
she
that's
is.
There I am. I'm back. It's the gremlins keep coming back. Yeah, I'm all right now. Oh, what were you guys talking about? I
we were
missed the
talking
middle
about
of you.
strippers and thongs and
What? The
what
that
exciting
was yeah,
material is
not
the
part.
me.
best material.
Oh
We
my
were trying to get DJ Boozadelic's opinion
God.
for the male, entertainment.
So, Booster Tele, you've been having a whale of a time while I've been gone for 2 minutes.
Hey, since DJ Juan's not here today, I gotta be him.
While the mouse is away, the cats do play.
No, we was actually talking about Castella, her being on the charts, and she won an award for one of her songs.
Oh,
So
excellent.
Yeah. Yeah. And and hopefully today I'm always bring my sparkly cup, even in class. um I'm hopefully we'll be working on some new music. My band should be
Mhm.
in studio today recording a new song for me. So I'll be working on that coming up. So I'm excited about having some
Oh,
more music out soon. Soon,
are you
soon,
going to do
soon.
another Christmas song?
I
oh.
want to. I do. I wanted to do one last year, but it kind of Christmas got by me. But yes, I am.
And
I
it's
want
funny
to
because when I
do.
turn on my car, it's like sometimes Sleigh Ride comes on, and it could be October, it could be just whenever, and I'm just listening to it. It's just a bop. I love it.
You,
So
I
you
was
know that.
actually listening to that today, this evening. Yeah.
Great
That's actually
rendition.
my favorite. That's my favorite
Yeah,
one of
that's
pretty
I'm
a
much
gonna
good.
have to get that version for next year.
yeah.
My favorite, because Sleigh Ride is one of the. I don't play that many Christmas songs on my
Mhm.
shows, but the Alexander O'Neill Sleigh Ride, I play that one. So I want to hear
And
your
no
Mhm.
version.
pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie. So remember that.
Potato pie. Yes.
Okay.
She put sweet
Yeah.
potato pie in that song.
Okay.
You can listen to that song any time of year. It puts me in an instant good mood when I hear it. It's like, oh, that was so fun. I had so much fun recording it.
Yeah,
And
I have to laugh, because again, my car, like I hook up my phone because it's on my phone. So
Mhm.
then, my phone just plays stuff, and then I hear the dun, 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 dun. I'm like, let's go, let's get it.
Oh yeah.
It's Easter time. Jesus was on the cross, but let's
Yes,
play Sleigh
yeah,
Ride.
it's so funny. I love that song. It was just so much fun, and I chose that one because when I was working for a certain city that I worked at the time, they had a choir for Christmas, and the lady who was leading the songs, she lost her voice for the performance, and they're like, "Can you sing it?" And I'm like, okay. And so the song just stuck with me. And so when it came to a person in the radio recommended me that I do a Christmas song because they're evergreen. And I said, okay. And so I chose that one because it was just, kind of stuck with me. So but yeah, it's Christmas is fun. I mean, I definitely will be. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do one this next year. I already know what I'm going to do. So yeah,
Okay, looking forward to it.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, definitely. Look forward to it.
What about
And
you? Are you doing one?
I'll probably sing online.
then,
Put my
oh,
Christmas
I
hat on.
love KQA. She's so cute.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just here.
we
Just
we
here.
we we're gonna put in a bid. We're gonna put in for you to do one this.
I'm doing this wonderful podcast. I'm having a good time. We meet every week and we just have fun. So
We can all do a song together. There's enough of us.
that,
Mhm.
I might have to play an instrument because I'm not so good at the singing bit.
oh, thank you, Ryan. Two of my favorite female indie artists. Now, I know that's not true because you have given other women shout outs. So you just saying that because you want here, but okay. We
Ron,
love
you
you.
got exposed.
No, Ryan, he supports everybody. Ryan is very
Oh,
supportive. So
He
hey,
is.
Ron.
appreciate you, Ryan. It's all love.
I know.
Ron is amazing.
He'll be laughing. What's he? What? You see, he's laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
So besides Atlanta, are you going any? Do you have anything else planned?
Yes. Actually, so April is going to be crazy busy for me. I'm going to DC, April 6th. Then that following week, I
Are you
have
there
my
just the
own.
6th?
I'm there the 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Is it for a sorority event or is it for music?
It's music.
Ah, I might have to come down.
Yeah, come on, girl. Yeah, so I'm in DC.
You said the
Excuse me.
4th, 5th, and 6th?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
No, the 5th, 6th, and 7th.
All right, well, the 7th I'll be at a wrestling match, but the 4th and 5th I could finagle my way down.
Well, come on. So I'm doing that, and that would be wonderful. And then that following week I'm having my own show, Castella Music Presents Castella and Friends. I promote my own
Ooh.
shows.
Oh, like you did
This is
last year.
Uh-huh. Well, this is my 4th show.
Okay.
The first 3 were all sold out. So I am taking my show to Hollywood. And so I'm
Lovely.
going to have 3 special guests. A guy named Mo Lewis, who was a #1 Billboard charting saxophonist. I have a friend of mine named Britt Prentice, who we sang a song together. So I said, let's sing this song together at my show. And then I have a friend of mine named Dr. Gabe. You might have to have him on this show. Dr. Gabe is a friend of mine who actually is the catalyst for all of this. And he's going to come sing us the song that we recorded when I met my producer, Daryl Swan. It's a song called "Part of Yours," and so we're going to sing that. So they're on the show, and then I have my 7-piece band. I have my horn section, and my rhythm
It's great when
section.
you have a horn section. Like I love it when it's full like that. You know.
Yeah.
Woo! And they
Listen,
lay
this is Hollywood,
man,
so you got to get you a special wig. You got to,
oh,
dress. You get it
I've been
popping.
I've
It's
been I've been
Hollywood.
I've been doing some shopping. It's gonna be fun. But I
Yeah.
have my all my friends. They're gonna be there for that. It's gonna be an amazing show. I'm just trying to sell those tickets.
When is
And
that going to
then
be?
it's April 11th at the
Okay.
Catalina Jazz Club in Hollywood. So yeah, I'm taking my
Oh
show to
wow.
Hollywood.
Okay.
And oh no, oh, and then the next day, her thing is doing that again. Don't go away. And then I know I was, and then the next day, April 12th, I have a show in Chino Hills at their concert series. So I'll be in Chino Hills on the 12th, the Castella and Friends show. And
You
then
better
I'm
go ahead
doing
and work.
on the 20th, I'll be at Captain Jack's. I believe that's what it's called. It's for like a Jack and Jill fundraiser. And then I have a private event on the 13th. Then the 26th, I'll be in Atlanta.
All right. All
Right?
Yeah.
right.
You ever come up to the Pacific Northwest?
Is that like in like Denver, Colorado?
No, that's like
Pacific,
Portland, Seattle.
no, we're now Pacific Northwest. Is that
Yeah, we're
like
about close to Canada. So you got Seattle, then you come down into Portland and Oregon here. That's where
I
I'm at. I'm in
haven't.
Portland.
You
You
know,
need to.
I was going to do the soiled dove with someone, but I heard they closed that down or something like that. But I haven't been up there yet, but I want to. I
Okay.
want to go all over the world. I mean, that's the goal. That's
Yeah,
my
because
goal.
there's a spot in Seattle called Jazz Alley, and everybody goes
Yeah.
there. As a matter of fact, I think this weekend they have Marcus Miller playing up there.
Ah, nice.
Yeah,
That would be amazing to be able to play that. I mean, and
yeah.
he's
So
phenomenal. Yeah.
I mean, you got the kind of vibe I like. I think my wife would love your music, so that's why I want to take it. I want to take her to see you, but got to come to
Oh,
Hollywood. I guess we got to go to Hollywood.
hey, April 11th. Come on, it's gonna be such a good show. I mean, I can't guarantee when I go, travel that it'll be the same because I can't bring all those people with me. I wish I
Right.
could because that's my band. They are phenomenal.
You're
So
gonna be able to bring them. You just wait.
yeah. Yeah, I have my girl Tatiana Tate. Tatiana Tate, she's my trumpet player. Then I have a guy named Corey Hogan on saxophone. I have Christian Foreman on trombone. I have my MD, Jermone Randall, is my bass player. I have Miles Jensen is going to play for me. Then I have another guy um, um, who's going to play guitar for me on the 12th, and Mr. Nakamura. And then we have my drummer is Frank Fluker, is going to play drums for me. And then my keyboard player is Anthony Harvey. Yohi Nakamura is his name, is my
Okay.
guitar player. And then Anthony Harvey on keys. So that's my band. Those are my people, my friends. And I couldn't do it without them. It's like and then I have my folks, of course, in Detroit as my band.
Yeah, Ryan wants you to come to Detroit. He just said it. Come to
I'm
Detroit,
coming to
Castella.
Detroit. Detroit is on my list. I just, I feel like I'm Detroit's own California girl. That's the name I gave myself. Detroit's own California girl, because my music is, my producers are, Jeff Kennedy is my producer in Detroit. I've had Demetrius Neighbors came out for my last show. He played my last show, and we just had such a good time. So yeah, but those guys are amazing, and they just really, they bring it. And so I can't wait to get to Detroit. Uh-oh, we lost Tangeray.
She'll be back, just like I'm be back.
Oh,
What a
no.
night! What a night with the Gremlins.
Yeah.
The Gremlins have come out to play, but hey, we're still hanging on. We're still here. So,
Yeah.
Castella, you are such
Mhm.
a busy woman with all your events, your projects, your music, and then your day work. The golden
Mhm.
question that you must get asked all the time is, how do you fit it all in?
God makes it happen. God gives me the strength to do it all, and there's a passion. I have a passion for everything that I do. From from doing being the professor, that's a passion for me. The music is truly my passion. Um, but I think what I tell everyone before I do something, even my department chair here, um, uh, that music is my priority, is my music, and I think everyone understands it. I do executive recruiting as well, but they all know my priority is the music.
Oh,
It's music, and so it kind of fuels everything. But yeah, it's I wake up and it's like I hit the ground running, trying to fit everything in. It's like sometimes not enough hours in the day to get it all done, but thank God he's given me so many tomorrows, and I'm just grateful. I'm simply grateful.
and I
Yeah.
can just imagine, because you was talking about your video that we featured.
Hmm.
You came on, and your husband was helping you, your son was
Hmm.
helping you. Then you was at your mom's, your mom's place, and
Hmm.
you know, and how much involvement does your family play in supporting your music?
Oh, big time. My son shot the video, but my daughter, she takes all of my pictures, and she kind of serves as my manager. She will often travel with me just to make sure I have everything I need, to keep me sane. um, and then I have another son who is my graphic designer, so he does
Oh,
all the graphics and stuff for my recordings and things. And yeah, and then of course my mom is my number one cheerleader.
hmm,
She always
hmm.
wants to be there. My oldest brother is always at everything that I have, and then my aunt and my uncle and my cousins. Everybody's just really rallying behind me. I think now they know, okay, well maybe she's not crazy. I guess she really is doing it. She's doing it. So they're really kind of rallying behind me, and I'm just grateful um,
That's
for all of them.
amazing.
Yeah,
That
but
is
the core team,
is
my kids,
mm,
are really make up Castella Music. My son is my graphic designer. My daughter is my manager, my photographer, um, fashion. She'll tell me, "Don't you dare put that on." And then my other son,
I know that one. Yeah.
and she's like, "No, no, 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 no." And then my other son is my videographer. So, yeah, it's definitely a family affair, and and hopefully we're building a legacy
Yeah,
of music.
definitely. That's fantastic. I love to hear that. The
Mhm.
different, everybody has their gifts and their strength, and then it all comes together to support one another, and it
Yeah.
feeds one another as well.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, so
Oh, that's
it's great.
incredible.
Mhm,
That's incredible. I love that. That's so important. And that's really key, with anybody pursuing anything.
mhm,
Um, the more you can keep it in the family, or even close, very close friends, then it's
mhm.
wonderful that you can have that community. Um,
Yeah, I can't do it without my family, my friends, even with I'm sure my friends are sick of me sending text messages like, "Hey, I'm having another show. Please come." It's like, "Oh, this girl is doing it again." But, every time I do another one, it's like, am I crazy or what? But it's just I just wanna share the music, and just have a good time on stage, just sharing and hopefully inspiring people, to live their dreams, and that it's again not too late. Sometimes it's too late for some things, but it's not too late, to pursue the dreams. And certainly if you still have the breath in you to do it. um and I also say that, if God's given you a gift, that gift
mhm.
is not for you, that gift is for someone else. And so God has just been opening up all these doors for me to do this, that, and the other. So it's like, this obviously is what he wants me to do, because he keeps doing great things for me and opening doors for me that I never would have even imagined. Even just being here in this platform, I would have never imagined. Like having amazing friends like Tangeray to say, call her to come do interview. I mean, it's just amazing. Just the friends I've made and so forth. It's just my life is just so full right now. It's just full of
Oh,
joy
that's
and love and happiness. It's like
oh, that's a
it's the
beautiful.
music. The music does it all.
And what came first? Was it the music or being a professor? Which one came first?
Well, I guess the music, because this is actually my first semester teaching. So
Oh, right.
yeah.
Ah!
And hopefully we'll
Okay.
be done, because this is I'm actually in my office right now, but I share the office with some other part-time professors. So I think the next
Mhm.
one, it's the office hours are at 3, so hopefully it doesn't bust in here. But no, it's always been like because I have my master's degree in public administration, and but I've always kind of wanted to teach adults. And oddly enough, one of my colleagues was teaching or doing something here on campus, and I said, "Oh, you ought to connect me." And she did. She connected me with my department chair. He interviewed me, and here I am. I always
Oh,
just kind of it opened the door for me that I've always wanted to do it, and here I am. So yeah, but music came before this, but I've always kind of wanted to possibly teach adults, and I just kind of thought, oh well, it's too late for that, but here we are again. It's never too late.
never too late. Never too late. And
Yeah.
are anybody else in your family musically gifted?
My son, my oldest son plays guitar, and he sings also. But I guess he just kind of does it for his own, enjoyment. But when he was younger, he would, play for us and sing and stuff. So he's the one who plays. And my daughter sings as well, but they aren't as, I guess, I guess uh, out there as me. Like getting in front of people and having a good time singing in front of folks. But they do have those gifts. Yeah.
Have you ever
Mhm.
considered doing maybe a family duo, a family song together?
No, they wouldn't do it. I try to, they wouldn't, because I sometimes I'm like, I need some backup singers. You guys sound just like me. Can you guys sing for me? They're like, no. Mm-mm. And they know the music. They know the music, and they know all the backgrounds, when to do this and that, but that cannot get them to do it. They would rather be in the audience, watching. So, but yeah,
Fair
maybe
enough.
one of
Fair.
these days I'll
One
convince them
day.
to do it. Yeah, yeah. So for now, I'll
Maybe
just
one.
stay a solo act along with my friends. So yeah,
At least they help in other ways and they support you in other ways, which is really great and wonderful. Really
yeah. That's
great.
what my daughter tells me. It's like, I don't want to be on the stage because you'll probably need me. You'll need something from me. I'm like, okay, whatever. All right. Yeah. So
Oh, brilliant. And collaborations. Which collaborations have you I'm not going to say I'm going to say on the positive side, which collaborations have you thoroughly enjoyed the most?
everyone I've had. I've had the recently. I mean, of course, collaborations. I've had one with as far as like people, other musicians on the record. I've had Marquel Jordan on a song called "I Saw You," but that
Mhm.
also was a collaboration with a producer named David P. Stevens, and we just connected. He was on an interview, and we kind of connected that way, and he actually wrote the song for me, wrote the track for me, and then I wrote the lyrics and the melody to it, and then we brought Marquel in on the song, and that was the one that got me the Indie Soul Award, was that song. And so just the collaboration was amazing. I've collaborated with a guy named Willie Bradley, is playing trumpet on a song I have called "So Glad I Met You." And then just every producer that I've worked with, Jeff Kennedy, Corey Stampley. Without those guys, my music wouldn't come to life. So it's an amazing collaboration, and just them, the songs that are the original tunes that I kind of come up with, and I say, here, do something with it. It just what they're able to come out with is like, wow. It's amazing. I love every collaboration has been a joy. Um, yeah, nothing. I mean, I also have done some collaborating. These songs haven't come out yet, but there's a guy named Sonics that we wrote a song together, and I'm like, release the song. It's done. But his name is Sonics, and we wrote a song together. And then there's a guy, David, Piano Sound, I believe is. We wrote a song, and and so again, he wrote a track and sent it to me, and I was able to write to it, and so, and I believe he's in the UK, I believe he is. But yeah, but just getting and then also a guy, oh my goodness, he did the remix on my song "So Glad I Met You." Collaborating with him on a remix was pretty amazing, and so now I'm like, oh my goodness, I want to remember who uh, uh, Tom Glide did a remix on my song "So Glad I Met You." Yeah, that's just collaborating is the way to go. And in order for me to get anything done, I have to
Yeah.
collaborate. His name is David Piano Sound. Yeah, we wrote a song together. And so he's amazing. So I'm just waiting for that song to come out too. So
Oh,
I'm
with
steadily working. Yeah. And got to
do
get
you
Tangerine
do
rapping on a
you
song.
write for other artists? Do you write for other artists?
I haven't written anything yet for anyone yet, but if someone were to ask me, absolutely. Yes. I mean, but I haven't, not yet. Not yet.
Oh, right. Okay. Because sometimes you get an artist, I'm not saying you, but just generally, sometimes you get an artist and the song is fantastic. They are brilliant artists, but then as a listener, sometimes I think this other artist somewhere else would have been best suited for that song.
Hmm.
Does that ever come into your mind when you finish the song before? Like, okay, you've written it for you to sing.
Hmm.
Actually, maybe somebody else's voice would go better with this song.
Mm-mm. Not yet.
Said nothing's better than
Okay,
mine.
okay, fair enough. No, fair enough, fair enough.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
but there's some things that, for example, I mean, a song I have called Mojito.
Mhm.
I wrote a whole rap to it, and I had kind of showed it to my producer, and he just ignored me. He didn't he paid me no attention because he's like, you are not a rapper.
Okay, okay, yeah,
So
yeah.
if I were going to do something like wanting someone to do some spoken word or rapping or something on a song,
Um,
I would not be the one to do it because I know that is
yeah.
not my gift. So yeah,
What do you class yourself as, a soul singer or a jazz singer?
I am not putting myself in a box. I would say I'm all of that.
Mhm.
I am.
Yeah,
I can sing jazz. I can sing
mhm,
soul. I sing gospel.
yeah,
Um, spiritual. I mean, yeah. I think I'm all of it. I'm
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
smooth jazz, soul, R&B artist, and gospel as well because I do praise and worship every Sunday. So I do that too. So
Okay, okay.
yeah, so
Mhm.
I would say all of it. I can't put myself in a box and say I'm just
No,
one thing. Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I'm thankfully I'm able to, to do pretty much do everything that God gives me an opportunity to sing. I mean, my show kind of goes from, some jazz stuff to we're doing, do I do, Stevie Wonder, just having a good old time. Hmm.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, I wish I was
Yeah.
in the US now. I could go and see your show. Maybe one day, one day, one day. I'm missing, I feel like I'm missing out so much. I must
Yeah.
take the plunge. I've never been to the US before.
Oh, well, you have a few weeks. Come on. April 11th, come on out.
I've
That would be
got
great.
to. Everything is pointing to that direction. I've got to.
Mhm. You
Thank you,
gotta
is
come.
looking at me. Thank you, is trying to focus on the road, and she's looking at.
Listen, if you come to the U.S., I will fly to wherever you are because we have to connect.
Yes. And I would say
Yeah.
I'm
Or
trying to get out
to
probably out
London, I'm making sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. When you come to London, we are going to link up. But I must make a trip to the US. I've just there's so much links I have with the US, and it will happen. It will happen. It will happen. I think I'm just keeping an eye on my son at the moment. Is in the mix of his last year at school, is GCSE. So I don't want to disrupt him at the moment. I'm trying to just be around, make life very comfortable for him, and just create that consistency, until he finishes. I think when he finishes now, then I've got a little bit more room to maneuver and
Mm.
yeah, and
Yeah.
take that all important visit. I won't say anymore. Yes, and have a whale of a time. I won't even know which city to go to. I'll be so confused.
Oh man, well, you'd have to do a tour because me and Tangray live on, different ends of the country.
Yeah.
She's on the east and I'm on the west. Yeah, so
Okay.
See, she's
And
right
yeah.
below
how
me.
many hours flight?
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. So you guys live all far away. How many hours flight is that?
Like 5 or 6.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sons actually went to college in Philadelphia. So I'm part of Philly girl too.
It's
A
like
Philly
going to a
mom.
different country then. Wow.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
it's it's
This is a
a
big
little bit.
area.
Hmm.
US,
See
yes, yes.
now,
Yeah, I realize, yeah. It's
where I
massive.
live,
It's not little
uh,
like the UK.
yeah, I live probably about a 2 hour flight from where Castella's at, down in
Oh,
the
okay,
LA
that's not
area.
too bad. 2 hour
Yeah.
drive.
No,
Okay.
Yeah. No, 2 hour
flight.
flight.
A
Flight.
drive is
Oh,
Yeah.
more like
okay.
It's gonna
probably
be
10
like a
hours,
20-hour
right?
drive.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a long drive. I
I can
wouldn't
go
Yeah,
to
I've
drive.
done it
Spain.
before.
I can go to Spain on a 2 hour flight.
Oh, really? Yeah, nah. But I gotta get ready to get out of here and get set up for the after hours party.
Yeah. Well,
Enjoy,
hey, well,
enjoy
it was
yourself. Shake a
definitely.
leg. Shake a leg or two, Boosadelic.
I'm just gonna be mixing, doing my thing. So,
You're gonna make
but
other people shake their legs and dance
yeah,
then.
I'll have video going, so
Yeah, yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
posting it.
Show us the video and some pictures. I want to see the full outfit,
I
Boosadelic.
don't even know if I'm wearing this
Oh, you
because
don't
I
know?
because when I
Oh.
get to DJing and mixing, I be working up a sweat, so I might put on like this OG T-shirt. Gotta have because this is a little. I'm sweating sitting here right
Oh,
now.
yeah, that would be
I
a bit
just felt the
sticky with all the sweat, isn't it? That kind of material. Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It won't
So
look good with sweat.
yeah, but Castella, it was an absolute pleasure to meet you. I look forward to listening to more of your music, and that's what I love
Well,
about this show
please.
because artists that I don't traditionally play, I hear their music and be like, okay, I want to play that song. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, thank you. I
That's right.
appreciate that.
So,
Yes,
and I hope you make
it's
it
all
out here to
about.
the Northwest. If not,
I will.
I'll try.
It's
I'll try to get down to SoCal, bring my wife along.
April 11th. Gonna be a hot show. Don't miss it. If you can make it down, please do. It's gonna be a great time. It really, really is. We're so excited about it. But yeah, come on if you can. You know,
Yeah.
tell friends. Attend
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's people down here in LA. Please tell them to come and
Oh yeah, I
get some
got tons of college buddies down there.
Oh, send them all to my show
Yeah.
because it's a
Oh,
grind. So, but it's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much for having me and so good to meet you. So glad I met you.
all right. The same here. All right. Talk to y'all later.
Okay.
See you, Boosadelic. Thank you so much. Take care. Oh, wow. So Boozadelic's gone. Tankuay Haywood's gone.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
just me and you.
it's just
So,
me and you for the next
yeah,
15 minutes, Castella.
wow,
I'm
okay.
gonna
Yeah.
play I Saw You because I saw you
Oh,
too. Yes,
oh,
I love this song. I'm in love with this song.
thank you. That song got me an Indie Soul Award. So yes, it's yeah, a jazz single of the year.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
beautiful, and I can see why it did. I've been
Oh,
just playing it again and again today. I just like,
thank
I'm just
you.
like, oh, this is really nice. This is cool.
Yeah,
I hope
and Marquel
everybody.
Jordan's on there. He's the saxophone player, and again, David P. Stevens is produced the music, and actually he produced did the mixing and everything on the record too, and recorded me and stuff. So that was fun. And my producer, Daryl Swan, mastered it. So a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
I do. I'm gonna play it. Let the world
Okay.
hear. I saw you.
I used to walk with my head held down. I was down, yes, my life had turned around. You saw my pain and became my friend. You were there for me, shared your big heart with me. Deep in your eyes, I could see the love, like the ocean blue. I think I love you, yeah. I never thought I'd be here before. With love so pure, couldn't ask for more. It's not a dream, I opened my eyes, I saw you. Innocently, you came to me. No plans to mean so much to me. Deep in my heart, I have the need for you to lift me up. Oh boy, you fill my cup. See, you came along and you lent a hand. You're more than my friend. See, you understand. I never thought I'd be here before. With love so pure, couldn't ask for more. It's not a dream, I opened my eyes, I saw you. You are my love, you are my light. You are the thing that makes everything alright. You came along when I needed you. I adore you. Yes, I love you. I never thought I'd be here before. With love so pure, couldn't ask for more. It's not a dream, I opened my eyes, I saw you. I never thought I'd be here before. With love so pure, couldn't ask for more. It's not a dream, I opened my eyes, I saw you. I saw you. I saw you. I saw you.
Absolutely beautiful. Oh,
Oh,
I'm gonna play it on my show tomorrow. Ah,
yay. Thank you. Yeah, Marquel was
City
he
show
did show number
tomorrow. I
2.
love it.
Thank you. Yeah, I wrote the lyrics and the melody to that one, so that was so much fun once I got the songwriting is so fun when when it really like comes together, like just the line, I never thought I'd be here before with love so pure, couldn't ask for more. It's not a dream. I opened my eyes and I saw you. I'm like, wow, that was
Oh,
it's just lyric when lyrics come together like that, and heartfelt kind of like that. I was like, oh, that was great. That was a great lyric, girl.
it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. And actually, my show I did a year ago in April, Marquell came down, and he was my special guest for that show, another sold out show. So Marquell Jordan is the saxophone player on that. Amazing. If you don't know his music, he has a song called Dot Dot Dot. You would absolutely love it. So go get it if you don't have it.
Okay, I'm gonna check
Yeah.
it out after the
Oh,
show.
you're gonna love him. He's
Yeah,
he's amazing. Yeah.
I'm
We
gonna get one
actually on my
on my
YouTube channel
playlist.
we sang a
I,
song together. What's that?
oh no, I'm
Yeah.
gonna add it onto. I'm gonna check it out so to see if I can add it onto my
Mhm.
playlist for tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Again, I like to support folks who support me, and people that maybe they don't, but but definitely, he's my a partner in music, and amazing, amazing spirit too. Just a great guy. So yeah.
Oh, I will definitely check it out. Definitely check it
Mhm.
out. And yeah, I just love to meet new people,
Mhm.
meet new musicians and artists. There's just so much great talent out there, and I feel so blessed that Thank you has introduced myself to you and opened up the wonderful music
Oh,
and
thank you so much. It
yeah,
just it makes my heart, it brings me bliss, and that's something my producer Daryl Swan is like, it's you're living your bliss right now, and he's so right that the music is my joy, and I don't know if I could even go back to not doing it, because it's just such a part of me, so it's a blessing to be able to do it, because not everybody can do it, and if
absolutely.
they want to, so I'm just grateful, simply
Yeah, and
grateful.
has all that opportunity to do events, meet wonderful people, do wonderful
Mhm.
things. And there are great talents out there as well, but they just for some reason it doesn't join up, you know. And when you're blessed and it all joins up, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
great.
it's God's been showing out, doing this thing in my life, as far as just things, planets lining up for me. And, when something happens, I'll meet someone else, just to kind of take me to, the next place, after just kind of going back now. It's been, I guess, years now, but, when I kind of was, working, and I ended up losing my job. So I was kind of like, in this place where, like, what do I do? And Daryl was like, hey, and my husband too, they're like, this is God's lined up these things for you, so you go after it. So I started going after it, and I met an artist, Willie Bradley, who introduced me to my radio promoter.
Mhm.
And I just called Willie out of the blue, not knowing that he would actually call back. I was like, oh my gosh, but he was in a picture with a friend of mine, and I said, I'll call him. And but just that door opened for me to got me into radio. And then Willie
Wonderful.
introduced me to my producer, uh, Jeff Kennedy, and just different different things. So it's just every stage I come to, I meet the people that I need to meet, and so I'm just going with it. Just going
Yeah,
with it.
go with it, have fun, and just really just put yourself out there. It's glorious. It's
Thank
absolutely
you.
glorious,
Yeah.
and you know what? The energy translates across because I can feel the energy, the good
Oh,
energy, the
thank
vibrancy, the enthusiasm, the joy, the happiness, and that's contagious, you know, and
Oh,
it's
thank you.
wonderful.
I might
It's
have to write a
wonderful.
song called this. Well, contagious. Maybe that won't be it, but I was like, I'm right, contagious. But wait a minute. But infectious. Yeah, it's funny how words have different meaning. It's like we're talking
Oh,
about
they
something like
do,
these are good,
isn't
but I'm like,
it? Yeah.
I'll have to write a happy song like that just for you.
Oh my goodness. I'll be smiling from right up here to right up there.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be telling the world, that's for me, that's my song, that's my song.
Mhm.
It's
Very
been
cool.
wonderful having you on the show,
Well, thank
Castella.
you.
Absolutely glorious. You're beautiful, wonderful, talented
Oh,
lady. And I just love to see all of that.
thank you so much. Definitely my pleasure, being here. And thanks for, I guess accommodating my crazy schedule to have me on. So thank you so much for having me. This has been a wonderful time, wonderful conversation, and hope to see you out here in California or Philadelphia or Denver or somewhere.
Well, I tell you this for free. When I
Mhm.
do come to the US, I'll be linking up with Tanquay, that's for sure. And once I
Yes.
link up with Tanquay, we'll get hold of you.
Yes. Well, yes. Well, I know where she is. So, and I know where she is, and I love it out there. So I would, if you tell me you'll be there, I'll do my best to get out there.
Yeah, I would give lots of notice. That's what I'm like because I'm always thinking that everybody's got busy schedules and stuff. So the more notice I give, the better. Things can be mobilized and you can get together more better. So yeah, definitely,
Mhm.
definitely. But it's definitely on the cards. My
Yes.
visit to the US. Well overdue because I've never been to the US. I don't know what to think of it or anything. So it's gonna be a brand new adventure, and I'm just gonna make sure I just have lots of fun, like a little child in a candy store.
Well, I'm hoping to make it to the UK soon as well. So that's on my list. I need to
Wonderful, that'd be
definitely make
great.
it international.
You would be well received over here. Yeah, well received over here because your music is
Well,
beautiful, and
oh, thank
I'm
you.
gonna be digging up some more of your music. I haven't gone through everything. I want to go through as much as possible.
Well, I hope you enjoy it. I mean, my first EP is, all original tunes. And I just get a kick out of, writing songs and seeing them, you know, come from, like out of my phone and actually come to life. It's just like wow, an amazing experience. So listen to No Ordinary Love. That's the very first song that I recorded and took the radio. So listen to that one. That
I
was
will listen to
No
that. I will
Ordinary Love. Written by me, not Sade, but No Ordinary Love.
no or
It's original
no.
tune.
Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna
Mhm.
I'm gonna look out for that, and yeah, play one or two of your tunes onto my playlist for tomorrow on the Soul City show.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'll send you the
Yeah.
link.
Okay.
It's a cool show. It's a cool
Mm.
show.
Very cool. But I tell you, it was definitely a pleasure, my pleasure to be here today. And just thank you so much for having me. Yeah, and I likewise feel your energy too. So thank you so much
You're
for that
welcome.
and for blessing me with meeting you. Yeah.
That's it. And I'm sure it's just the first of many more meetings that we'll have. And I hope your event goes really brilliantly
Yeah, me
in
too.
April. And it will. It will. It will.
Okay.
It will.
Yes.
It
Positive.
definitely yes.
Be optimistic.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes.
Go all the way. Go all the way. Everyone, would you like to say hello to anybody before we go? Because we're
Oh,
right at
just
the last minute.
Oh, well, just hate everybody. Hey, y'all. That's what I always say. Just hate everybody. Thanks for everyone for all of the support and the love. It fuels me, totally fuels me. So, thank you to everybody out there, all of my producers, my friends, my family, everyone. Love you all. And yeah, get your tickets April 11th. Yeah, so
Right.
yeah. So yeah, much love.
Thank you. God bless you. Have a
Yeah, bye.
great evening, afternoon. I don't know what time it is over there. Is it still
3 o'clock.
afternoon?
It's 3.
Okay.
3
Have a
p.m.
great
Yeah.
afternoon.
Okay.
Take
You
care.
too.
Bye-bye. Ah, that was the wonderful Castella. What a great show that was. And I will see all of you with the rest of the panel next week. This time, do not move. Our next artist next week will be a UK artist. Oh, yes, part of the Escoffery family. It's the one and only Eshe Escoffery next week on the After 8 show. Until then, big thank you. Big warm love and wishes going out to Castella, who we just met today. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. I'm out of here. Bye for now.